We got Alec, owner of Late Model Performance up in Maryland.
Just want to talk about the rules. This is a class designed for a lot of you guys that watch this channel. It's a $10,000 payout. All right, guys, just a quick moment here. Those that don't know, we are doing import versus domestic this year at Maryland International Raceway. We're doing an Overdrive Shootout. And I wouldn't say we're, I guess Jason is putting on a class for that. I had some input with the rules along with other people. Some of you that are watching this know about it already, but I just wanted to kind of say a couple things about this. If you're watching this and don't know what import versus domestic is, World Cup Finals, it's probably the biggest race on the globe. It's once a year in November, first week in November. We've ran my green car there. I have a couple customers that run there. There will be a live feed to watch it for those that want to watch it on live. It's Freedom Factory is doing it this year, so Cletus. And we will be participating in it with Matt Yo's car, and we're going to try to get my car together. But just want to talk about the rules. This is a class designed for a lot of you guys that watch this channel. It's an overdrive class, but it can't be a swapped old school Fox body Mustang with a 10-speed transmission in it. It has to be newer. This is the rule sheet right here. You know, there's rules for like the new BMWs, the Supras. It's pretty bland on that end. You gotta weigh 3,400 pounds or on an 80mm turbo, but you're not allowed any nitro and any combination you're doing. So the weights, you know, I've seen some comments about the weights being heavy. There's a reason behind that though, that if you're looking at the weights, a lot of them, the real heavy ones with big turbos on them, are geared towards the F-150s and Trackhawks. The Trackhawks are really heavy already, and the guys that are out there at the Trackhawks currently that are going into the low 8s, high 7s, that's about what they're weighing, the turbo on it. So that's kind of how we come up with that. If you have a Mustang with 72s on it that weighs 3,500 pounds, it's probably not the class for you with that turbo. You need to put a smaller turbo on it. We're not trying to go 740s, 730s, 720s. Trying to be a high 7-second from 770s to 810 class. It's got to be competitive, you know. So it's going to be quarter mile. Times are shown, and the rules are strict. They're going to be checking. They're going to be checking everything. If you had been that fast before, the bump is to even sign up is 829 on the first tier. Then it closes. I think the registration opens up August 26th right now. I don't know 100%. So it's open, I think, for 12 hours. That shuts down. And then the following day, I believe, I have to look into this, so don't quote me too much, but the following day, it opens back up, and I believe in the overdrive class, the minimum ET has to be 849. So it just gives a chance for the tier 1 to get in. The guys get signed up, and we're only allowing 20 cars to be in there. So if it fills up on tier 1, then tier 2 is not even an option. But I will say, if you've been 829 or faster, or 545 and faster in the 8th, you can come in and sign up. And it has to be a video shown. It can't be a time slip. It has to be a video and a time slip within the past 2 years. I think it's 2 years, not 2 or 3, one of the two. It's a good place to run. I've been there for the last 10, 12 years, just as a spectator before I tuned anything there. Now I tune a bunch of stuff there. But it's a great race to come to. A lot of people. If you're trying to break a record, win a race, that's the race to go to. It's a $10,000 payout. It's just a good environment to be around with your kids and everything. You know, you can have trans brakes, foot brake, whatever. This is a real class with real rules in it, which I know a lot of. I'm so used to racing fast stuff competitively. So when you're going 350s, 390s in the 8th, low 4s even, just anything competitive, even 450 in Ultra Street, 440. Those rules are like this. And there's a reason why them classes are so tight to each other, and it makes for a good show. So we're trying to create something in quarter mile trim that's going to be a good show for everybody. You don't want something going 720s and something going 820s. You want to have it tight. And that's the whole point of the rules. This is the first year for this, so there will be adjustment after the first year. I'm sure it's not going to be perfect, but I know for damn sure that a 2650 car can go 770, 780 at XYZ weight. There's no reason why a Mustang with 64s on it can't go that fast at whatever weight this is, high 7s, low 8s. So if you have 72s or 68s on the Mustang, don't put 1,000 pounds in the car. Put smaller turbos on it. And that's just class racing. You know, it's one of them things. If you have a combination that doesn't quite fit their criteria, email Jason or me. You can go on the Import versus Domestic website, and he's got his email on there, and he can CC me in on it, or you can email me and I'll CC him on it. Just something I want to talk about. It's going to be a good class, I think, this year. We've been talking about doing it for a couple years, and up here in the northeast, I should say, there's not a ton of street car stuff, and this would be a good gauge to do something with. There's a lot of stuff in the south, which is really awesome. You know, this is just a little bit different, and these are overdrive cars with overdrive transmissions. 4L80s are not allowed because a 4L80 is a turbo 400 with fourth gear, you know, so you can have a really fast 4L80 car. The whole point of this is to kind of limit that, to bring a lot of these newer cars in with the 8HPs, with the BMWs and Supras and just whatever. So you have to have all the gears working in the transmission. You can't take gears out of them or nothing like that. That's in the rules, and they will come around and check it. You have to have cages. You can't come in there with a lap belt or harness bar because it's a legit event. Just make sure if you do sign up, you have to have a belly pan or engine diaper, something along them lines. If you do make a mess on the racetrack, it's not fun for anybody. So please have your shit together. Don't be on the ragged edge. You gotta make it, it's a marathon, I call it. You know, you start on Tuesday with testing. You gotta make it until Sunday if you make it to the final round. So that's a lot of racing. Yeah, that's really just what I want to go over with a couple things here on this thing. If you're interested, go on the importversusdomestic.com and look at the rules. And they're very specific on what can be done here. There will be some slight rule changes as time goes on. We have to make a slight adjustment to this. That's kind of any class. You know, we already had some emails regarding my cubic inch is too big or whatever it might be, and we want cars. So if you have a combination that's really close to fitting but it doesn't quite fit, email us because we could probably make it fit if it's realistic. And I'm all about racing and keeping it alive. You know, people are out there right now. I posted something on my personal Facebook, and I see some posts get made about I'm copying the name of the class, but that's not really true. I mean, you have limited drag radial, for example, and there's like 5 different series of racing with that. So you have a local, like here at Cecil, you have LDR, Ducks Race, you have LDR. I mean, it's not really copying anything. It's just kind of keeping the name going. Is really discouraging because you see people post this stuff and kind of hate, you know. I cheer for the slower cars, I should say. I want classes to be alive. I like Cadillac Attack. I like the shootouts they have for the no time overdrive stuff. It's just, I would probably do it if it was closer. I just can't get down to Texas and all these south states. It's like a 20-hour drive, so we need to make something up here. And for people that are in the north side too, I support whatever I can too. There's just a lot of hate out there on the internet. You know, as soon as I posted this class, there's a lot of great feedback too. You know, a lot of people are coming that I know of, and a lot of people hit me up and that no time race now and they want to come. So this is just something a little bit different, and it's a guaranteed payout of $10,000 in the class. There's going to be no shortcut. It's going to be ran on time. It's not going to be ran at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll see, you know, with what the first year turnout is, but please be supportive of it if you're coming or not, you know. That's pretty much it on this, and this isn't a race that you just wing it on a Friday and Saturday. It's a week-long race. I mean, testing starts Tuesday. You really should be there by Tuesday at the bare minimum, because if not, you'll be parking in the weeds. I mean, people get there Monday. A lot of people get there Monday. We get there Monday. We also have a booth there selling merchandise, parts, bring a slew of stuff. If you guys break anything, see if we can help you fix. And we'll have a Brown and Miller cart. So if you want to race in front of a big crowd and you think you got something fast, then you can prove it to everybody. I can tell you that because a lot of people watch it. It's definitely more packed than NHRA stuff, definitely more packed than PDRA. So this is just it's a good crowd. It'll be the import versus domestic, so it's going to be a good matchup with all the classes, really. So you see some 5-second quarter-mile stuff. It's all quarter-mile racing there. It's not just Overdrive Shootout. It's a bunch of things, and we're the slowest class, really. So if you have low 8-second cars starting out the thing, then you got some fast stuff going.
It's like a drag racing Super Bowl.
It is. You know, it's at the end of the year. It's good weather. It's good track. If you think you got something, then you should probably sign up.
We got Alec, owner of Late Model Performance up in Maryland. We're going to be talking about the Overdrive class at World Cup this year, which is the first time for this, which I find very cool. I think the Overdrive stuff's interesting.
I just took this out of the box here. Many of you guys know we build Kong's C6ER1, this blue one. We broke the record a couple years ago. Actually, I think 3 years ago, like this month. In the middle of the heat, it went 854, I think, or something, 850 something, 175, 2650, 427, and this car is still here, so it's never left. I don't think he wants it back. I like threatened to have him come get it. He's like, let's do another motor. I'm like, okay, so here we are, doing a whole nother engine, not even the same ballpark. And before we ran the Frankenstein F310 on it. That was a good, like, off-the-shelf, like, good engine that a lot of people could build. This right here is not even, I wouldn't sell this to anybody. Barely kind of had to twist my arm because I don't know how we're going to fit this in the Corvette. So we're putting a Noonan in it. This is a CID cannon valve head. It's a one-off piece, really. I mean, they do, you know, CID and some other companies do CNC port these things, but John over there did a couple little differences on this that I wanted. Waited probably 7 months. We waited on these things, and we just got the block in not long ago. So parts are starting to run together here. It's a tall deck engine, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be. I mean, this thing should probably make 1,000 on the motor without a blower on top of it. So I don't know what it's going to make with a blower on it, but you know, the blower can only produce so much air, so I have no idea what it's going to make, man. Might not make any more than Matt Yo's car, but we're trying something here,
Yeah.
And I think it's going to make more, but we're trying it, and just wanted to show you guys a little bit here. It's kind of a little bit of a small block Ford head / LS / like everything Hemi, whatever. I mean, it's not a Hemi, but it's got some giant valves going in it. It's not even really a LS port at this point. It's an oval deal, and I don't even know what you would call this thing. Box literally says small block Ford SB2, which is small block Ford SB2 / LS head on the box. So
This thing's a mutt.
yeah, it's a mutt. He's like, put me the best thing you can think of together. I don't care. I'm like, okay, this is, you know. I said, you don't want to build it again. This is what it's going to be. It's pretty serious. I have to make headers for it. Not looking forward to any of it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to making power, but it's gonna be a rough road. But we've been waiting. We had this conversation like November of last year. Here it is July. Got the ball rolling in December, and still not together. So it's gonna be probably a good bit longer before we even get the thing together and get a blower to even fit on top of this thing. So
Yeah, it'll probably get warm again.
yeah. So it's just a long process, and it's on the back burner. It's not really something that's priority for us, and he's laid back. He don't really, I think he forget he owns the car, so it's just one of them things. But we are doing another engine for him and see what it does. I don't know. We'll keep you guys posted. He currently holds the record for the fastest 6-shift ZR1 out there.
We're going to have to do a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be completely different.
Yep.
So definitely stay tuned. I'm even excited to be a part of it and do something different. You know what I mean?
That's different.
Do something that
I ain't doing another one.
Yeah.
So don't even think about emailing or calling today.
it's really going to be like a content deal, man. We're trying to do stuff cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Make power.
Just gonna get an aftermarket ECM in it. And we don't even know what ECM we're gonna put in the thing right now. So keep going back and forth between a couple of them, and it's.
I'm gonna give you all a couple more close-ups on this thing. I mean, phew. That is nice. Wish it stayed like this forever.